would still choose. I've got swatches all over my fingers, don't mind that. Hey guys, welcome back. So got a new at the drugstore video for y'all today. I love filming these videos for you guys, and you guys seem to really enjoy watching these videos, so I've got another one for you today. I've got some stuff from Covergirl, NYX, and I think one thing from Maybelline. I think that's pretty much it, yeah, in this video. And then I'm gonna do some separate ones on some other stuff. So anywho, yeah, let's get to it. Okay, I think I've got myself sorted out here. So let's start with some Covergirl goodies. This is the Covergirl Chocoholic Bronzer Chocolate Scented. Now mine looks a little bit funky, so don't mind that. Covergirl was so sweet and sent this to me, but it came shattered, so I tried to press it back together, and it, you know, it doesn't look as cute as I'm sure it once did, but it's still functional. So I have used this multiple times. The main thing to note about this is that it is very, very pigmented. I really do like the packaging of it. I think it's really cute. I do love the chocolate scent. It smells very, very nice. I have to be really, really careful with this because it is just so pigmented, and it's pretty deep in tone and color. So it's a deep bronzer. It does have kind of like a satiny sheen to it, maybe even more than satin. It's definitely got a sheen to it. So I find this to be a little bit challenging to use on my skin tone just because of the depth of the color. Of course, I did repress it, so I don't know if that kind of like affects the formula in any way, so that's maybe like a little FYI. So if you've tried this, let me know if yours is this dark, because it's a pretty deep bronzer. But I mean, this would be great for, you know, probably medium to deeper complexions, maybe even like light to medium. I'm more, you know, porcelain to fair light, so it's just a little bit deep for me, but it does have a nice formula to it. It does blend out well. It's easy to apply in the formula. It's just the depth of the color that I find a little bit challenging for me personally. Then there's a highlighter. This is the Peach Punch Highlighter Peach Scented. So cute packaging once again. So this does have a nice scent to it. It's not overly scented, which I like. You really have to get pretty close, like right about here before I start to smell it. But it's a little bit of a fakey peach scent, so it's not my favorite scent ever, but I don't like, you know, hate it or super dislike it. Now I have heard some people have kind of like differing thoughts on this highlighter. Some people have said that they think it's a super dry highlighter. I really wouldn't describe it that way. I don't think it's necessarily dry. It's not like the creamiest, most buttery highlighter I've ever used by any stretch, but I wouldn't describe it as dry. I think maybe just like the loose shimmers in there maybe might give that impression. I'm not really sure, but mine personally, I don't feel like mine is a dry highlighter, but it is more of a subtle sheer sort of a highlighter. You can see it there. It's on the just lighter, more sheer side, and it has shimmer to it. So this is definitely not going to be the one for someone who wants that super metallic highlighter. This is not that. This is going to be for the person that likes more of a subtle highlighter and does like shimmer. I really personally like it because it's something different. You know, I love metallic highlighters. I super love metallic highlighters, but I don't always want to wear a metallic-y super duper highlighter. Sometimes I like a little bit of variety and playing with different sorts of makeup products. So I like that this is something a little bit different. So I did use it today with a dampened brush up here. I do have a different highlighter a little bit lower, but I wanted to try it with a dampened brush. So what I did is I got it on my brush, and then I sprayed my brush with a little bit of setting spray, and then I applied it to the very tops of my cheekbones, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty. I do think it worked that way. Got a little bit crazy on this side, got a little bit too much, but I think it's pretty. I like this one personally, but I can see why people would maybe not be in love with it, because I think it all depends on what you're looking for in a highlighter to determine if you would like this or not. I really, really like this. This is the Peach Punch Blush, peach scented. Again, same cute packaging, same scent to it. This is in the color 120 Peach Punch. I do have this on my cheeks today as my blush, but I also have about 15 other things on there, but it's in there somewhere. I just really, really like this. I think it's a beautiful color. The formula of it is soft. You can see it kind of like collecting in the pan. So it is a soft blush, but it's almost like a little bit silky feeling. It's very, very nice. I like it much better on the cheeks than I do in a swatch. I think it's pretty in a swatch, but it's just one of those things that really performs well on the face. And that's really where, like, you know, it really shines, is on the face. But it doesn't actually shine because it's basically a matte. Maybe a little tiny bit satin, but it's not metallic-y. It's super duper cute. It's a peachy color, not very pink. It is more of that orangey peach color. Just really, really nice. I really, really like this one. I think there is another color in this line, in this range, so I would totally think about picking that up because I like this one so much. Another thing in the chocolate line, this is the Chocoholic Contour Palette, chocolate scented. So this is what it looks like. So I don't know if this has a color name because I think this is the only one. So this is a little bit deep for me. Let me show you what's in it first. So there is a matte bronzer in here, and then there are two highlighters. This one is more on the metallic side, and then this one is more on the shimmery golden side. This one's a little bit more of kind of like a taupey peach or something, which I know sounds a little bit funky, but it's not a super orangey peach. It's a little bit more towards the cool tone side, if that makes sense. So here they are swatched. I really, really like the bronzer. Again, I have to be pretty light-handed with this one. So this one is matte. The other one has that kind of metallic-y, shimmery sheen to it, the individual one. So this one is more of a matte, little bit of like a satin shift to it, but overall mostly a matte. So there is that one that's kind of a, do you see that it's not super duper orangey? I don't know, especially when I tried to use this on my face. It just didn't seem super orangey. And then this one is that kind of shimmery, peachy golden highlight there. So you have to like shimmer to like this one right there because it definitely has shimmer in it. So I think this is really nice. I like the formula of it. I think it works well. It's just a little bit, again, deep for my complexion and my skin tone. So I really kind of had a challenge, especially using the highlighters. I put them on my cheeks. I do have a little bit of this one. This one I can sort of use as like a blush topper, but it's still a little bit borderline, a little bit too dark for me. But for, I think, light, medium to deeper complexions, I think this is really nice. I think it smells nice. I think it's cute. I do like the formula of it. This one is a little bit more loosely packed and a little bit chunky, but this one has a very nice metallic-y sort of a formula to it. So I think it's a good little palette, especially if you have light to medium to deeper skin tones. I have a couple of CoverGirl eyeshadow palettes to show you. So this is the True Naked Peach Punch palette. So you can see it's very kind of peachy themed, kind of neutral and peachy. Has that same peach scent as the highlighter and the blush. So this is what it looks like. Here it is in swatches. This is definitely one of those products that's like, you really, I mean, the swatches look pretty good, but I don't think that the swatches really tell the whole story. These are very soft shadows. They kick up a lot of product in the pan. And I feel like in a swatch, especially this one, they really don't look super impressive, but I haven't had any problems using these on my eyes. I think they've been really, really pretty on the eyes. Like I have this one in my crease. I have a little bit of this on my lower lash line, a little bit of this on my lower lash line. I think it's actually a really pretty palette. You just have to be, I wouldn't even say light-handed with it. You do when you first get the product on your brush. Like you don't have to really dig your brush in there. Just get a little bit, tap off your brush, but then you do have to build these up a little bit. So just go a little bit at a time. But I feel like they're versatile because of that. You can kind of keep them a little bit lighter, but then they do build up on themselves. So it's not the nicest eyeshadow formula I've ever used, but I think it's definitely very workable. I really like the kind of color theme to this palette. I think it's pretty and sweet and kind of girly. I like the kind of bronzy metallic tones. So I do like this palette. Is it the best palette I've ever used? No, but I do think it's definitely workable and performs much better on the eyes than it kind of tells in a swatch story. I like this one even more. So I found one with a little outside sleeve, which I think is so cute. This is the True Naked Chocoholic, and it says smells like chocolate. Wish I could have found one of the peach ones with some kind of a little outside sleeve because I think this is so cute and it makes it almost look more like a little bar of chocolate. So let me show you the actual palette. These do come with a little two-sided sponge tip applicator, so that's just a little FYI. I've got swatches all over my fingers, don't mind that. I really, really like this palette. I love the scent of it. I really like the chocolatey scent. I think it smells yummy. I just love all the deep brown tones in this palette. It's so pretty and smoky. I like to pair this with the peach palette. That's what I did on my eyes today. And then I have some other things that I'm about to share with you. So it just like works so nicely with those peachy tones because you kind of get the depth of the chocolatey tones with the kind of brightness of the peachy tones. So here it is swatched, really pretty. So I'd say this is best suited for people who like smokier looks, deeper chocolatey sort of eye looks, because this is overall a very deep palette. I mean, this one is, even the blending shade is pretty deep. I really, really like that cream color. It works really nicely. I use that to set my eyeshadow primer today. Worked really well. But you can see, I mean, all these colors right over here are pretty dark. So you really have to like this kind of deeper, chocolatey, smoky sort of color. So I'm not mad about it because I really like smoky eye looks, but you know, it might have made this a little bit more universal and versatile to people if it had a few lighter tones maybe thrown in here. But like I said, I still really like it, but this is going to be more geared for people that like those smokier eye looks. Also from Covergirl, there is a new primer and a new mascara in the Lash Blast line, which I love. So I brought in the little pamphlet that they sent me when they sent me these two products. So the Flourish by Lash Blast Mascara, it's supposed to be made with lush ingredients including coconut, avocado, and papaya oils, inspiring you to unapologetically indulge. So it says available in 4 shades. Flourish by Lash Blast Mascara helps lashes feel conditioned, builds volume, and adds definition with every stroke. For an instant boost, add the new Lash Blast Amplify Primer, these are tongue twisters, to your routine to prep the lashes, allowing you to evenly maximize the results of your favorite CoverGirl mascara. So I don't use mascara primers very often anymore. I used to years ago. I used them like every single day, but I really don't anymore. This one seems like a good one. The wand to it looks a lot like the orange Lash Blast, the volume one. So it's that kind of like fatter, slightly stubbier sort of a wand to it. So I used it one day and I mean, I do feel like it, you know, coated my lashes nicely. And then I followed it up with this. I really like the brush on this. It's a smaller brush. Now these are those kind of like rubbery, plasticky applicators to them, which I love the Lash Blast line, so I always get excited when they have a new one. This one, it just grabs every lash. Now the Lash Blast line, I feel like they have to be built up. One of the main things, or probably the main thing I like about the Lash Blast mascaras is that they don't smudge on me. And literally like 95 to 98% of mascaras smudge on me up on my lash line, even my favorites. These don't, and I think it's because they're a drier formula, and because of them being a drier formula, you have to kind of build them. So I put a lot of coats of the Lash Blast mascaras on. That's just, I put a lot of coats of every mascara, let's be real, even like the IT Cosmetics Superhero, which is what I'm wearing today because I forgot to put this one on my eyelashes. I put this one on my lower lashes, but I'd already done my other mascara and I forgot to use this one. But I do feel like this really can be built up. You just have to use, it depends on how much volume you're going for. I like super volume and super length with my lashes, so I just use a lot of coats to it, but I just love that I don't have to worry about the smudging. And I do feel like it builds on itself, but it's just not that wet sort of mascara formula. I really don't like that sort of a formula very much because I find I can't build that sort of a formula as easily, and it seemed to smudge on me a lot more. So I love the Lash Blast line, but I think it's personal preference. I think if you like the Lash Blast line and the other mascaras from CoverGirl in that line, I think you'll really like this one. It does make the lashes feel nice and soft. They don't feel crunchy, and yeah, very buildable, and I like the wand. The one product from Maybelline that I have to show you is one of their Color Sensational Shine lipsticks. These are very nice. I got the shade 050 Baddest Beige. So it is in that kind of bullet situation where it's a very creamy lipstick, so it's not sticking up out of the packaging. It's, you know, it's the type that it has to be in this kind of packaging because it's so soft, so it won't break off. So that's just a little FYI. I love the packaging on it. I love this pinky rose gold metallic looking packaging. I think it's really, really pretty. These are very nice. It's super creamy, very shiny. It feels nice and hydrating on the lips. Just a great lipstick. I love this color. It's kind of a peachy neutral sort of a shade. Now they did have, I think, 10 different shades in the line. This is the one that I chose to pick up because it's that very creamy, shiny sort of a formula. So while they had bright pinks and bright reds and a dark brown in there, and I love those sort of colors, I don't feel quite as comfortable wearing a red in a super shiny, creamy sort of a formula because this will get on your teeth, especially if you apply too much. If I use too much product, it does get on my teeth more. If I use just a little bit, I don't notice it very much at all. Really, I don't notice it at all. It's really just if I apply too much. But I do feel like if it were a red, maybe. So anyway, that's why I chose a neutral color, and I do think it's really pretty. If you like a shiny lipstick formula, I think you'd really like this. Not super long wearing, but that's just kind of the nature of a creamy, shiny lipstick. But I think they're really, really nice. They have that same Maybelline Play-Doh-y sort of a scent to them. I actually like that scent because I like Maybelline lipsticks so much. But I'm excited that they added this to the line. I think that they're really, really pretty. Okay, on to some goodies from NYX. So NYX had quite a few new things that I found at Ulta. So first off, they have the Suede matte lipsticks. And I'm wearing this one right now. It's what I've been wearing this whole video. I think this packaging is so cute with a little heart to show the color. It's adorable. It just makes me happy. So this is in the color Clinger, which I love that name. I think it's funny. I think it's cute and lighthearted. This is a matte lipstick, which y'all know I love matte lipsticks, especially in a color like this. I want it to be a matte so it doesn't move around and I don't have to be quite as careful and conscious of where my lipstick is at that exact moment. This is a very nice matte formula. It feels nice and creamy. It doesn't drag. On the lips, it does set down to more of a powdery feeling finish to it. So it starts out feeling more creamy when you first apply it, but then it really kind of sets down. I wouldn't say that it's uncomfortable. I wouldn't say it's hydrating though. So I think that you have to like matte lipsticks to like this formula because it is a matte formula, but it does set down to really not move and it wears well. It's just one of those great matte formulas. Not the most moisturizing or hydrating matte lipstick I've ever used, but I think a good matte lipstick. If you like a matte lipstick, I think you'll like these. There were a lot of fun colors in the line too. There were some neutrally tanny brown sort of colors. There was a kind of gray color, which was really cool and edgy looking. There was kind of a pinky lavender color. So they really had some fun shades. I just was feeling the bright, fun fuchsia raspberry sort of a color. It's a good one. I'm super excited about these. These are the Glitter Goals liquid eyeshadows. So there were a bunch of different colors in the range. So I grabbed two of them. So this kind of golden color is Industrial Beam. And then this kind of rosy, rose gold, pinky, burgundy, light burgundy sort of a color is Metropical. Metropical. So that's really cute. So these have a flat doe foot applicator kind of situation. So these very much remind me of the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadows. I think that's definitely what they were going for with these. And they are really pretty. I do have a little bit of the gold on kind of the inner part of my lid today. So you can kind of see it in action a little bit on my eyes. I was trying to play with all the different things. So many different things on my eyes and my face today. So here they are swatched. Aren't those fun? I think they're so fun. They have this nice shift to them. They don't have a super opaque base to them, so that's just something to note about them. I wouldn't say that they're sheer with that glittery top coat to them. I would just say that they're not super duper opaque. They're kind of in the middle, but still just really, really pretty. So you have to like shimmer to like these because they are glittery, shimmery sort of products. you just have to like that kind of wabam statement sort of look on the eyes. I think it's really fun. It's gonna be more of a statement if you have an opaque shadow underneath and then this on top. You could always apply just a little bit of this and have kind of a sheer, shimmery look on your eyes, which would be a little bit more soft, but still shimmery. So those are just some options there. But this one has kind of a, like a peachy duochrome shift to it, and then that gold, really fun. And then this one is kind of just a pinky rosy color. I really like these. I think I still like the Stila ones a little bit more just because I feel like they're a little bit more wabam with their glitter. They're a little bit more of a statement with their glitter, but I think these do a good job of competing with those. And I think that they're a great drugstore option. So I really, really like these. If I had to still choose, I would still choose the Stila ones, but I think that these are a great alternative at the drugstore, and I do still really like them. And then last up are these, and oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with these guys. They are amazing. So these are the Foil Play Cream Pigments. So again, there were a bunch of different shades in the range. I grabbed 2. So this kind of coppery, bronzy sort of color, and I do have this on my eyes today. That's the main metallic-y sort of color that you're seeing on my lids. It's this. This is the shade Dagger. And then this other one that's kind of a champagne, rosy, rose gold sort of color is French Macaron. French Macaron. So this is what they look like. So let me show you the packaging on these. So you unscrew the lid, and there's a little like reservoir. It's a really cool design. I think this is a genius way of doing this. It's got a little tiny hole at the top, so it dispenses just a little bit of product, but it kind of keeps it in that little reservoir area. So you've got a little holding spot for the pigment, which is great. So the way that I applied this on my eyes is I used one of the little silicone applicators from BH Cosmetics. These remind me very much of the ones from BH Cosmetics that are that kind of super liquid metallic sort of shadows. Amazing. So I still use that same applicator. I do wet my brush with some setting spray, or I would use a glitter glue, something like that. These really need something to adhere to, but oh my goodness, look at them. Look how super duper metallic they are. They really look like melted metal on your eyes. They're very much a statement eyeshadow, but so fun. I love them. I love the ones from BH Cosmetics. I love these the same. They really seem very, very similar, if not almost exactly the same sort of formula. They look the same on the eyes. You just got like tons of colors in this range, which is really, really nice. I love them. If I had to choose, I'd probably just pick this color, but I really like this one too. I think it's a lot of fun. So I love these. Big fan of them. One of my favorite new things that I've tried recently. All right, guys, so those are all the new goodies that I have to show you today. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful for you. Please do a thumbs up if it was. Let me know down below what new goodies you've been trying out at the drugstore lately. What have been some of your favorite new discoveries? Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!